I have a message for today's victims of yesterday's slavery. I just hate to see those bleeding heart liberals who rush to publicize and divide us over today's victims of 250 years ago enslavement. 250-year-old slavery that's holding you back today. By golly, those invisible chains holding you back, preventing you from learning how to read or write, preventing you from speaking the English language. Those terrible, heavy, clanking chains forcing you to look like public enemy number one. Oh, those terrible chains victimizing you, keeping you from being a daddy to your children. Oh, you poor, poor victim. Your great-grandparents were not victims. They were slaves. And they were able to, under the most difficult circumstances of slavery, they were able to raise their families, take care of their young, take care of their elderly, worship their God. Some rose up to positions of responsibility, supervising the big house staff, or supervising the big house kitchen, or even old uncle who managed the logistics of the whole plantation. As in every society, the strong rose, the smart rose, the hard workers rose, the talented rose to positions of comfort and responsibility. None of them were victims, and they were slaves. Much of the land in my county, down in Louisiana, was owned at one time by the large mulatto families whose granddad was Old Massa. Some of those families, light-skinned Negroes, even owned slaves. Yes, you heard me, Negroes owned slaves. Now, and that was 250 years ago, now 250 years later, your noses, your hair, your skin color has changed. You are no longer African. You are no longer slaves. You are Americans. You are no victim. The only shackles which bind you are those in your mind. Today, my sister, today, my brother, turn loose the chains in your heads. Turn loose the chains in your hearts. Turn loose your chains. Rise up from your knees and be free in America, the land of opportunity.